どうもありがとうございます。Show me right to each other, right? SeiSan, part 2. So I'm going to try to explain it again, hopefully capturing something I didn't say before and another picture of it. So I'm going to go through it real slow myself so that you can watch the general movements of the kata. If you remember SeiSan, you'll remember the pattern of SeiSan and the general type movements. Okay, so I'm just going to walk through it real slow. There's going to be some differences in stances that maybe that what you remember, and I'll give you the explanation for why we're using this version of it as we proceed along. Okay, so go ahead. Okay, that's the general pattern. There's one movement in there that I went back to my old pattern and is incorrect, okay? And I'll explain it as we go through it, okay? I did catch it. I went back to the old pattern of how I was doing it versus a new pattern of how to do it. And I'll explain why it's important for this slight change. Okay, so you are starting off in Uchi Hachichi Dachi, Yoi stance, and you're moving out into Sanchin Dachi, okay? At slight 45-degree angles with those movements. And it's probably the best thing to do to practice that is just move up and down, doing that stance a few times, and moving out at 45 degrees. Okay. Yeah, just practice it. Because you do start out in that stance. 1, 2, 3, and you're moving 45 degrees. Shikodachi stance, coming, turning back into Sanchin Dachi. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, moving out into Sanchin Dachi. Mageri, coming back, punching, and then moving out again. And doing the kick, punch, and moving out again. And then coming back to here to do the back fist. Okay, so the mistake that I made was, hold on, if you can come back, that first turn, I think I'm trying to think of which foot I had for it. But anyways, the first turn, I drew back, and I needed to push forward, okay? And that's what you're going to see in all the stances. You're being, instead of passive, you're being aggressive and moving into it. You're moving into it, the movement. Okay, so here we are. Here, we did the back fist, then we come back into Nikwashi Dachi. Then you step, kick, come down, and then you come back, you go the other way, bam, you come back and you go washidachi, you step, you kick, you come down, okay. So you're getting the idea of the patterns of the feet. And you need to be able to move into these stances and also fighting stance. And just practice moving around in, Sanchin Dachi. It's a really cool stance for really close movements. Tracking somebody. Giving myself a little bit of distance there. Whenever you're moving back into a stance that's not offensive, you're moving to better your position. Somebody's there, I need to better my position. I may not attack, but I need to better my position. If I'm going to move, it's either going to be an attack and I'm in the right place at the right time, or I'm going to need to better my position. And a lot of times bettering your position is, drawing away. Drawing away. Okay. But as soon as you've come out of that, whether you're drawing back in Shikodachi stance or you're drawing back in Zenkutsudachi stance, you're going to come out of it. And Zenkutsudachi stance, okay, kind of review the stances and what they're good for. And if you can interpret the stances and what the movements are, then you can see it in the kata, and then you can learn to do this more freely on your own. Basically, we are practicing fighting karate here. So, just being able to move. Good Zenkutsudachi stance, modified Zenkutsudachi stance. Just moving. Zenkutsudachi stance is great for power, forward. If I happen to move back, I'm still maintaining that forward power. I'm just giving myself some distance and move away from the opponent to hopefully a better position. Okay, Shikodachi stance, again, has a lot of power to the side. It can have power here, but it's a modified version of Shikodachi, closed versus open. Open Shikodachi stance, again, drawing forward. Shikodachi stance gives you a little bit more flexibility to move off on that 45-degree angle, as you need to. Nikkwashi is purely defensive. You're not going to stand here all day. You're drawing back and going, okay, I'm giving myself a little room. You can move into Kosadashi from there. So you're drawing back and then catching somebody's hand and you're going to throw them in Kosadachi. Okay? You might come out of that into Shikodachi. Kosadachi is, how many times have you done this before you learn to skip on that side kick, all at once, boom. You're not having to bring that foot up before you learn, to do that. You practice this, coming across, side kicking. There you go, man, you're in Kosadachi right there. Oh man, can't do that. Bam. You're moving in, you're drawing in on the person, or you could be drawing back off the person and Kosadachi. Yeah, you don't move around in Nikkwashi Dachi that much. Okay, you're Bruce Lee, man. You're stalking and Enter the Dragon. You're just maintaining that quiet stalk. It's a stalking posture. You're stalking quietly. Or you're drawing back, quickly, but you want to maintain, one good solid foot. Think what the stances are for. Think as you're doing the stances and the kata, you'll understand the purpose, the bunkai oyo of the kata. It starts from the stances up. Why are we doing the Sanchin Dachi instead of Zenkutsudachi? SeiSan is a very compact kata. know, it's old kata, 400, 500 years old, at least, more, you know. A lot of the Okinawan styles and karate styles have SeiSan, and a lot of similar movements. And so it's coming from short Okinawan karate influence there. In close stance. You know, in close. You know, think of the hand movements in here. And now we'll reinforce that it's in close. So Sanchin Dachi makes better sense for in close than Senkutsu Dachi. Senkutsu Dachi is not for in close. It's for standing your ground and charging somebody, and then you move into another stance when you're in close. You know, I'm gonna, you know, cross, bam, bam, bam. There, I moved in close. So you move into yoi, boom, 45 degrees. Block. Could be a strike. Bam, bam, you're hitting somebody on the inside of their arm. You know, they punch you, you're punching them in the chest, boom. You know, so it's 1, 2. There you go, that dynamic tension. And you gotta be able to do that out of Sanchin Dachi. And then dynamic tension again as you're moving forward. So you go, punch, you don't go, I'm going all the way in, and then you save the last, drawing that hip in. Bam. Shiko Dachi stance to avoid drop down low. Hook block. You know, catching, bringing somebody down. Again, you know, explanation of the hand, not gonna have power out there. All you can up here, out there, but the hand, you're just gonna have arm strength. Power comes from the hips. So for this movement to make any sense, you're hitting somebody in the ribs. Maybe, you know, grabbing your shoulder, pushing them down, drawing back. Okay, it's stylized. Boom. Hitting ribs. Hit shoulder. Grab you. Pull you down. Throw. And extension of the movement. Bunkai. Bunkai oil. Extend it. Bunkai oil. Break it down. Put it back together. Understand the full extension of the movements. Don't just stop there. Where's the movement supposed to go? And that's where you get to understand the mind space of the movements. Okay? You come around and you come back into, again, a Sanchin Dachi for these movements. And moving out here. That's where I made the mistake earlier. Punch. Extending a little bit, and you're dropping down to punch under the armpit in a Shiko Dachi stance. And you might grab, kick, come back, punch, punch. Then coming back the other way. Punch. I'm sorry, yeah, punch, long punch. Under the armpit, punch. Pushing. Coming across and quickly. Bam! And then draw back. Gonna, come across. I'm going to come across and kick. So think of stances. Think of what they mean. Think of how it really is basically you got to draw from the stances. Understand angles. Understanding your hips underneath. You know, this is a combat karate. You'll